Hey everybody, Bethany here. Hope you're doing well today. So I'm going to be doing this Elsa inspired makeup tutorial from the movie Frozen, and this is just the makeup she wears obviously once she kind of goes a little bit crazy and lets go. I can't get that song out of my head. It's this whole tutorial I've been having let it go, let it go. Okay, yeah, sorry. So anyway, this is the look, and keep on watching if you're interested. Alright guys, so first of all I want to apologize in advance for any weird noises you're hearing. It's just super windy outside right now, so it'll probably, I'm sure the camera will pick it up, so it's just the wind. Okay, so I have nothing on my face right now. I'm going to start with a highlight, and I'm using the Benefit What's Up, and it's just a really nice kind of neutral pink highlight. And I'm using this before foundation just so that it will blend out a little bit nicer and look more natural. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on the tops of my cheekbones. And this is something that's totally optional, but it's just something that'll really just make the look kind of pop. So. Okay, then I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer in Cream for blemishes. Hope you guys all had a good Christmas and New Year. I did. Got to be with friends, got to be with family. It was really good. And I'm glad to be into 2014. I think it's going to be a really good year. I'm excited for it. Alright, that's all I'm going to do with that. And next I'm going to take my foundation. I'm using the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. Just a really nice liquid foundation, and this is in the shade Buff Beige. Hopefully it matches me. I haven't really used it for a while, but I think it will. So I'm going to go ahead and start with some of that on the back of my hand, and then I'm using a damp sponge. Basically you just use a wedge sponge and you hold it under water, squeeze it out a few times until it's really nice and big, and it just gives the foundation, I don't know, it applies nicer, it looks a little bit more natural, kind of sinks into the skin better, so I like it. So I'm just going to dab that on all over. Okay, so I went ahead and set the concealer with my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and then I used the e.l.f. HD powder, which is the translucent, like silica type of powder, all over my face, and we are ready to begin on the eyes. So, basically I'm going to start with a primer, and I'm using the Palladio Herbal Eyeshadow Primer. My eyelids were a little bit red last night, so it may look a little funky, but I think for the most part they're going to be okay. But I was like, oh no, because I was really going to do this tutorial. I've been putting it off, obviously, and so, but I'm happy that I'm doing it now. Okay, so this is where it gets a little dangerous with me specifically because I have dark circles. I covered them up as best as I could, but since she is wearing a purple eyeshadow, if you do tend to have darker under eye circles, you want to make sure you have a really good concealer. Otherwise, that will tend to make them even stand out even more. So I was, trying to be careful to do that. I mean, they're not perfect, but it's okay. Nobody's perfect. So I'm going to use my first ever MAC eyeshadow that I ever bought, which is Nocturnal. It's a really pretty plum. That's what it looks like. I probably can't see because of the lights, sorry. I don't have a little like thing where I can see as I'm filming, what it looks like, so sometimes I obviously am a little off. Anyway, so I'm going to start with that, I believe. Alright, I'm going to use the Maybelline Mineral Power Concealer. I don't know if they make this anymore, but I'm mixing the first and second lightest shades because the second one is way too dark, the first one is a little bit too light. So I'm going to use this for under my eyes. Because I left my other one in my purse in my room that I don't want to go get right now. This might be a little bit too dark, but we'll see how it turns out. It might be okay. Actually, maybe I'll start with my base. But you love it as I figure out what I'm doing as I go along. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to start with MAC Naked Lunch, which is just a really neutral, shimmery base color. I don't really know what to call it. And let's use this one. Nice flat eyeshadow brush from Sonia Kashuk. And I'm going to start on the lid with this. This will help mellow out that purple a bit. So if you have a lighter purple that you want to use, you don't necessarily have to put this on the lid. It's up to you though. I'm going to use my Eco Tools eyeshadow brush, which is a really basic kind of medium-sized one. And get a good amount of the color in and then tap it off really well so we get a nice even amount on there. And I'm just going to go ahead and start patting that onto the eyelid. Oh yeah, I think this will be perfect. So it's okay if you get it into the crease slightly, but you really want to keep it mostly on the lid. Another thing you want to be careful of with a dark color is fallout. So if you have an eyeshadow that's maybe not the highest quality, you may get some little chunks down there, so just be aware of that and make sure you either put some powder there or just brush it off afterwards carefully. Okay, so that looks about even to me. It's about the color that I want. Okay, so now, it's the fun part. I think, let me see if I want to put some of this under there. Yeah, I think I actually will first just take a little bit of this color on a smaller brush and put it under the eye. So we have a little bit of continuation of the color. Alright, I'm going to use a red blush for this. You could use something not as intense, but this is the Illamasqua Tweak blush. And it's a very pinky red. It's not a full-on red. And we are going to put this in the crease. I know, kind of freaky, but this is actually an old trick. People used to do this a lot. Oh, I can't even remember what time period. I think in the 80s possibly, but also possibly even like back into the 40s. I don't know. But people would put their blush color into their eyeshadow somehow. And that just really kind of tied the whole look together, gave it kind of this cool look. So using my small tapered crease brush from Red Earth, and I'm just going to start by putting a little bit in there just to see how we go with the color. It's pretty much what I want, so we're good. And you can really blend this as much as you want. Hers isn't really blended like, all the way up. So I'm going to keep it pretty light, but if you want to bring it all the way up and give this an even more dramatic look, then feel free to do that. But it kind of helped that I had that purple still slightly in the crease so that this is a little bit darker. It's a pretty light reddish pink. That's pretty much all I want to do. So I am going to, sorry, yeah, I'm going to do the lashes now. I am going to use false lashes again like I did with Anna's because it just makes it look a lot more like the movie makeup. I'm going to start with the Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner in black ink, and I'm going to do that on the top, and then I'm going to use the Ardell or Andrea Mod Lash in 33. So really kind of a very black, but not super full necessarily. I mean, they are full, but they're not like crazy looking. So I'm going to use those guys with my Katy Perry adhesive because it doesn't have formaldehyde in it like the duo that I have. So I will do that and add mascara. I'm going to also do my eyebrows, which means just filling them in slightly, adding some brow gel. Then we'll come back with the cheeks and the lips. Okay, so I finished the eyes, and I think they turned out pretty much how I wanted them. The eyelashes actually went on really smoothly this time, which made me happy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the blush, and I'm using that same Illamasqua Tweak. And I'm using a smaller blush brush so I can, blush brush. Yeah, did I say that right? I don't know. So I can get a good application, precise application, I should say. So I'm really just going to concentrate on kind of the apples of the cheek and then just slightly up, basically like no further than the end of your eyebrow. So I like to kind of go back and forth sometimes because then I don't have to keep picking up a ton of blush and I can see how even it is and stuff. So you're almost kind of making a triangle shape, so you're kind of bringing it straight here and then slightly down. You know, she's a cartoon, so it's a little bit different on her, but this will give a similar effect without looking really weird and unrealistic. But I mean, just think like a flushed look. This blush is perfect for that. And I can still see that highlight kind of shining through that we put on before the foundation, so that's kind of fun too. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. It's about how I want it. And I'm not really gonna, I'll brush it slightly with a powder brush, but I really want to leave a lot of that intensity because for photos, a lot of times blush doesn't show up as well, so. Okay, and for lips, this part is going to be a little bit funky. I'm going to use a red lip liner, the MAC Cherry pencil, and then I'm going to use a pink lipstick. So this is MAC Lustering, and it's a luster, so it's sheer and shiny, and that's really what I want. So I think that's going to be pretty good color. So I'm going to go ahead and try this out. I think it'll look similar to hers, maybe not exactly the same, but close. So I'm going to line and fill in my lips with this very lightly, not really, really intense. And then I'll put the lipstick on and you'll see the finished look. Alright guys, so here is the finished Elsa inspired tutorial. Hopefully you liked this, hopefully it helped you out in some way. Thank you so much for watching. Please keep checking back for more videos and go ahead and check out my Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter and all that fun stuff. I will be posting on there shortly. So yeah, thanks so much and I will be seeing you guys soon. Bye!